So, this was two habits that you mentioned. So, going to the gym and meditating, or being aware in general and exercising.
Mm.
So, what is the third?
The third one would be something like working on a type of business, because to many people this could be a long discussion, but
I have time.
long story short, people are just trapped in this 9 to 5 system, in this cycle of working and trying to and chasing the weekends, just waiting for the weekend, like, yeah, I just have to work the 20 hours and then I can finally have 2 days of rest and then I have to return to my job. And working on the type of business so you can become a, a type of entrepreneur, so you can finally break free from this 9 to 5. This is also a good habits slash task. Working every day, maybe just doing a side hustle, which you can eventually grow into something very big, And these three habits combined just make it possible for you to live such a great life, And these are only three. There are many more things you can do to improve your life, but these would be the most influential, I would say.
Very good. So, I was also thinking about three good habits, and I would refer to one, namely to do kind of like your own business, kind of like having a side hustle, something that something that gives you money back. So, but in this sector, you have to read a lot of books. So, a lot of good books, for example, yes?
That's what I forgot to say. Reading is also one of the best habits besides these three. So basically, it would be 4 habits.
And this one is so underrated. I mean, I know so few people when I'm thinking about school, etc.
Reading is gay.
who are reading. Damn, reading is such an underrated skill, habit, whatever you want to call it. But getting kind of like knowledge, and I mean, not reading like something fictional,
Yeah.
bullshit,
Many people have
comics.
many people have a false perception of reading. They are forced to read in schools, reading these boring ass textbooks, I don't know, physics or stuff, and it just imprints in their mind that reading is very boring and yeah. But if you really look for something that interests you, maybe human communication interests you, and you grab a book by it, and then you will notice that reading is just so underrated. You are being given knowledge from people who have already reached the life you want to live later on, and giving you their step-by-step plan, or giving you their knowledge, their wisdom, so you can learn from their mistakes and don't have to experience them from your own, so you can basically progress a lot faster because you already know the learning lessons from the mistakes that they have made, so you don't have to experience them.
Reading is so underrated. I mean, especially kind of like learning from the mistakes from others, but how can it not be exciting if you're having a book, kind of like a step-to-step guide to live the life that you actually want? How can it not be exciting to reading a book, for example, if you're interested in boxing, what of course most of my audience do. If you're reading a book from Muhammad Ali, it's kind of like you have a conversation with him. He is telling you all this kind of information, all the things that he learned, all the things that he experienced. How can that not be excited? But now, you're on Instagram, you're scrolling through reels.
You're looking for ass.
You're looking for ass. So, take the time. It's always the solution for so many problems is always to get educated but not in the kind of school system. I mean, getting educated by yourself, by solving your own problems. If you want to be better at boxing, read books about boxing or watch more videos. But don't waste your time complaining and be too comfortable. I think this is the something kind of like a main problem, that today we are so overstimulated and we are just complaining, being pussy, and then distract ourselves instead of finding for solutions. Reading so many books, have the stamina to read through even something that's maybe boring written, but this is the thing that brings us to the next level. So I would definitely agree with your three habits, and I also would add something that gives you kind of like this gratitude. So something that gives you something positive, something. I mean, meditation is very good for your mental health, but I also think that you should do, for example, gratitude journaling. So writing down at least 3 sentences for what you are really happy, for what you are really thankful. It could be anything. I mean, with me, a lot of time it's my friends because they help me a lot. But it could be anything, like the good weather, like the food that you have eaten, kind of like some random moment. And this is also, I think, a really important habit.
Yeah, gratitude is very important. It's literally the scientific version of happiness. Being grateful for the good things as well as the bad things in life. Being grateful that you were bullied in school as a kid because it forced you to work on yourself. Being grateful for not having any girls for years, which made you work on yourself even more, you know? And just being grateful for this plain yellow pencil in front of us, or, you know, and yeah, gratitude is also very underrated, because just being in this grateful state makes you so much more happy. It improves your mental health. Be grateful for what your family has done for you, for what your friends have done for you, for, yeah, you know the deal.
And this is kind of like how to change your situation. You don't change your situation by doing it once. It is by replacing your habits. You are your habits. If you want to get from the like Jimmy, how you call it on your channel, to Leonidas.
Leonidas.
If you want to go from Jimmy to Leonidas, kind of like being from a weak, fat, skinny guy to go to this successful, happy guy with his family, with all the things of abundance, it is because you have to go from being distracted, running after instant gratification, to making, for example, a dopamine detox, going through delayed gratification, replacing your habits, and instill habits like going to the gym, work on your finances, gratitude journaling for your mental health, doing some meditation to always have a clear head, and this is our way out. I mean, if it's not too late, because there's still some kind of hope, because nowadays it is absolutely easy to be in this kind of like top percent of men. It's not that hard. We have so many possibilities. I mean, you don't really recognize it, but the internet offers us so many opportunities, so many possibilities that we have. So many opportunities. It never has been so easy to make money. Now we have the internet. Everybody could basically do it. Just consume the right content, read books, learn from the right people, stop distracting yourself. And if you're replacing your habits, it is not a question if you make it. It is more like when you're gonna make it. What do you say about this?
Yeah, I agree with all this. Consistency and discipline are the two things which separate unsuccessful people from successful people. Because if you're consistent and doing something every day to progress further, then it basically disagrees with all people who say that, who blame everything on luck and stuff. Because if you're working every day, even if you're only making small progress, then sooner or later you will reach success. Even if it is after years. If you progress every day for 2 years, then of course your growth will be immense. And this combined with discipline, which means that you'll do the things regardless of how you're feeling, it's just is the formula for success. Consistency and discipline, you know?
Definitely. There are so many people who want to be this big entrepreneur, who want to be the next millionaire, the next big thing,
But
the
still
next
want to play video games 1 hour a day only.
they want to be this big superstar, but they have zero discipline. They're always distracted. They're just talking about their goals, but
Looking at us.
so if you can learn one thing from this video is, then it never has been easier than before to get into this top percent, to solve the problems that our generation actually has to face. If you can learn something from this video, it is not also that it's so easy, but that you have to replace your habits, going from instant gratification to delayed gratification. It is to improve your knowledge, read way more books, take the time, and rethinking about the things that society always tells us to do, and the things that really matters to us, that can really improves us. And stay consistent.
Stay disciplined.
All right. Thank you for watching this podcast. I hope you liked it.
Bis aufs Ohrläppchen. So zum Schluss erst genossen, da bitte noch.
His channel is named Kevin71x on YouTube. You can look his video. You can watch his videos. He's also doing a lot of self-improvement, something also kind of like fitness, and also check out Serhat's kanal, Serhat Shahin, German content, but also very rich on knowledge. So, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and the notifications, and I wish you nothing but the best. Peace!